Hey everybody, if you want to start your WordPress blog with the help of SiteGround, this video is for you. In this video I'm going to show you how to set up SiteGround and your domain and WordPress and everything. So let's get to it right away and not waste any time. Let me put over myself over here a little bit. As you can see here, this is the website from SiteGround. You want to get your hosting in this case. Before we get into it, there are two options. You can either buy a domain over here, or via hosting over here, and get a free domain. What I would recommend though is get your domain as well as your professional email address, so contact@yourdomain.com. Over here at Namecheap, which is what I always use. I have all my domains over here, as well as my email. Or GoDaddy, for example, is a good one too. It doesn't really matter. The reason I do that is because if I decide to switch host, I don't have to switch everything over with the risk of losing things like my emails and stuff like that. So I always, for myself, for my own website, I nowadays use Cloudways, but it is a bit more expensive. If you are starting your blog from the very beginning, I would recommend SiteGround because they are very fast, they are very affordable for beginners, and they have great customer support. So let me show you. You can over here, web hosting, start now. They have three packages: the startup, the grow big, and the go geek. I would recommend the grow big, not the startup, because they also have things like your backups, daily backups, as well as your staging area. So if you have your website and you want to do some major changes to it, you don't want to do that on a live website where you have traffic. You want to do that behind the scenes on a different site, that you can just move to the live website with one click of a button. Also, the startup plan is only good for 10,000 visitors per month. The Grow Big area plan has 100,000 visitors per month. So if you use things like Pinterest, SEO for Google, organic search, you are good to go for 1 year. The reason I say 1 year is I will show you in a second. Let's get this plan. If you click here, get plan. You can pick a domain name that you already have. Now in my case I have Christopher Hoeven, but because I already registered here, it will not show it. Here you can pick a new domain for free for 1 year, or pick an existing domain. If you have your domain names at Namecheap, like I have, you click here on existing domain. Now when I click now on continue, it will give me an error because I already bought the package with SiteGround, just for the purpose of this video and other videos I'm going to make. So I click type in Bangkok travel tips. There's another one I have. BangkokTravelTips.com, continue. And as you can see here, it says congratulations. This is an existing domain. And I highly recommend getting your domain not at the same place you buy your hosting. It seems easier in the beginning, but if you want to switch over to different hosting companies in the future, it can be a headache for moving everything over. And you risk losing things like your emails and stuff like that. So I would highly recommend to either use Namecheap like I do, or things like GoDaddy, and not buy the hosting at those companies because their hosting is not good. So here you fill your email, your password twice, your information like your first name, last name, everything. I'm not going to do that. And then over here you can either pay with credit card, or in my case Ideal. If you live in a different area, I live in the Netherlands. So in the Netherlands we have Ideal as payment method. This might be different for you, depending on where you live. And then this area is very important. Like I say, I would recommend to sign up for 1 year. Why? Because they have the discount price for in my case €5.49 per month. But it only is for the first year. So if you pick 2 years now, 24 months, you pay €11.49 per month. So only if you sign up for 1 year you get a discount. And if you still love blogging, after a year you can move your domain or your hosting company to a better host By then, you'll, if everything is correct, you also make some money from it, so you can afford it. Then all of this, you don't have to pay, check. They try to upsell you on some things. And as you can see here, my price for now, for 12 months, is €79.71. And that is because I live in the Netherlands and we also pay 21% tax. So if you fill here your information and you pick a different country, in your case it might be 0 and you pay only €65. So then you would have to check this for confirmation, and if you like to receive their emails, then click this one as well. Pay now. And then you'll receive 2 emails in your mailbox. This one I can delete. The first one is welcome to SiteGround. There's an onboarding email with your username and then your link to your login for SiteGround, as well as an email, your sales receipt, as you can see here. And then when you go back, in your case you go to the login, you type in your email address and password that you sign up for, login. And for those of you who are new, SiteGround does not have a cPanel. I know that some other hosting companies like Bluehost, for example, they work with a cPanel. They have their own panel over here. What you want to do is you go to your websites. Now it says here you don't have websites yet. You click create one. Then in my case, because I already have a domain name at Namecheap, I click this one. You can also register a new domain over here or click on temporary domain if you don't have a domain yet. It will give you a temporary IP address for a domain that you can use to build your website until you have a domain name. In my case, I have an existing domain. I click this one, select. Type in my domain, chrisverhoeven.com. Click on continue. And then over here you can click on start new website, install new application. Click on select or migrate one if you are with a different hosting company. Click here on select. Then you can say do you want SiteGround website builder or WordPress. In our case we go to WordPress. Select. Then over here you can fill in the email address and password for your new website. So when you go to log into your website, in my case I use I will use this one, and then email. Let me move myself a little bit over here. Okay, click on continue. They try to upsell you again. And as you can see here, you can no thank you or confirm. No thank you. Confirm, sorry. It will create your website. So now you have to wait a little bit. In the meantime, while this is creating your site, I will show you in Namecheap. As you can see here, I have my domain name. When I go to click on here, on next to the domain name, click on manage. You have a couple of options. This is set to the basic DNS. You don't have to worry about that. What you want to do is you click on your advanced DNS settings. There were already a couple of records over here that I deleted because for the purpose of this video I want to show everything. Now you click on your site tools. It will tell you to point to the main over here to your NS hosting records. If you want your email, for example, to stick with Namecheap, like I have, you don't want to set this, but instead you want to use an IP address. Click on your site tools. Then over here you will see IP and name servers. This is in your dashboard over here. These are again the name servers that it will provide you, but in our case we want to use the site IP address. select this one over here and copy it. Then you want to go to your Namecheap or wherever you have your domain. It can also be GoDaddy. And you want to add it in a record. So you're going to add a record over here. Click on a record. Then the add symbol. And then at the IP address level, you want to paste in that IP address you just copied from SiteGround. Then you can set a timer to, I set it to 1 minute so it will go fast. Save it. And I also add another record, which is called a CNAME record over here. And at the host level you type in www, and then at the target you type in your domain. So in my case, chrisverhoeven.com. This means that whenever people type in your domain with or without the www, it will all go to the same website. Set this also to 1 minute. Save it. That is all you have to do over here. Then you go back to SiteGround. It will tell you your domain is not pointed to the site yet. That can take a minute. When you go back a little bit, you click on websites. As you can see here, you can you have your own first website. If you go to an over here WordPress admin, okay guys, I just tested it. Not right now. When you go to your WordPress admin, you can click. You go to your website. This only took a few minutes. One thing I forgot, I will show you now. It's right now it says not secure. So you want to install an SSL certificate that will show you the log over here, and it will tell things like Google that your website is a good website and trustworthy. So what you want to do now is you go to your websites, go to your site tools. Let me move me over here. You click here in your dashboard over here on security and go to SSL manager. And here it already has your domain name filled in. Select an SSL. Now you can use it's a free one. That's encrypt. Click on get and it will create and install an SSL certificate for you. And this will also auto renew every time. It will only be lasting for about 3 months, I believe. So right now it says active. So expiry date on the 4th of the 2nd of April. So now, right now, when you go back to your account, or you go to your website here and you click on refresh. This also can take a few minutes, I think. Click here. Yeah, this can also take a few minutes and then it will be secure. But for now, you can go to your dashboard, click on WordPress admin, or when you are on your website, you go here and you type in /wp-admin. It's the same thing. And it will ask you for your username or email address and the password that you just created when you set up the site. So it is contact@blogtechsupport.com and then your password. And then when you press enter, you are on save this, add password. This is from SiteGround. You can either start now here or you can exit the wizard. When you click on start now, it will ask you a couple of questions, but I never used it to be honest. Exit wizard, and this is your dashboard. So here you have the dashboard, the updates and everything. I will make a separate video on the entire backend of WordPress if that is something you want to learn more about. And I am also planning on creating an online course for Cadence, which is my favorite theme. When you go over here to themes, you have already a couple of WordPress themes installed that are basically standard with WordPress. And I also always use Cadence as a base theme and then use a different design. That is plug and play, basically. I will create a different course for that that I'm going to sell for a very low price soon. But I will keep you informed on that one when it's going to be finished. But this is basically all you have to do. And as you can see here, you have Speed Optimizer. That is from SiteGround, so it will use the caching from SiteGround, as well as the Security Optimizer, so it will keep your site secure. Although I always do use a plugin called WordPress for that. It will keep hackers out the door. But I will make a separate video on everything from the backend and things like plugins and stuff like that. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and then I will show you in a different video on how to use all of this. And basically this is all you have to do for setting up your website on SiteGround. Again, I have all my links to SiteGround as well as Namecheap in the description below this video. Those will be affiliate links, of course. So thank you if you want to use them. I'll make a small commission on that. But for beginning bloggers, I think SiteGround is the best option out there. It's very fast, which is very important. You want a fast loading website. If you visit somebody's website and it takes a minute before loading, then you are already gone. So you want to have a good user experience and have a fast loading website. And okay, I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye bye.